Just be Divock. Let's roll. Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please share, subscribe, like, notification bell for all new people out there. Appreciation for you guys joining us. I mean, Liverpool. Dealing with Liverpool is not for the faint-hearted. People don't understand why we love this club so much because of things like this. We haven't had a few of this in a long time, even with, last year we had one with Allison. This year we haven't had some because what? Brighton, we should have won. Brentford, we should have won. Even though Curtis gave us a banger of a goal before he got substituted. Which one? West Ham, we should have never lost that game. Mane had a header and then he headed wide. I mean, this is classic Liverpool. Sometimes how much I'll be sitting there, I'm like, I know if any team can do it, it's Liverpool. But when I'm watching a game, I don't feel that way. Supporting Liverpool is a journey. The destination has nothing to do with it. The destination is beautiful, especially when we make our target. But to get to that destination is where Liverpool breathe. That's where Liverpool fans love the club. Yeah, winning the championship, Champions League, Premier, we've been waiting for 30 years. Okay, we did it. But how we got there, that's what makes us so special. Divock Origi is a player that will frustrate you because we know the man has talent. However, he will be out of the team for weeks. Some people will be like, let's sell him, he's useless, whatever. And then he comes in and he does something like that. The fact that club even trusts him, knowing that if anybody can do this, it's Divock. And what did he tell him? Just be Divock. And guess what he did? Guys, let's talk about the match. This match, Liverpool literally did not play bad. It's just our final third was non-existent. From first half, these guys had what, 5 or 6 guys in the back. They played a counter-attack game. They just left Traore and Jimenez up top, with one of them switching to helping out with the midfield in terms of defense. So literally, they have been doing that all season, where they have one of the less goals against in the entire league. So breaking them down is literally hard. Now, the thing that I think affects us the most is, this is where I put the blame on Klopp. The 11 that he played have been playing against Southampton, Everton, and then Wolves. We should have rotated somebody or a few people. Of course, yes, hindsight is 2020. But you could tell that some of them, they were one step slower, a few seconds late, especially the front three, or even the pass to the front three, or the final third decisions were lacking. Like they were like a step behind every single time. That's why these guys were able to lock up that D so much, because we did break him down. Jota had a header, he headed wide. He had a shot on goal. Instead of placing it, he hit their defender, our ex-player, Cody, in family jewels. Any other day, he put the ball in the net. So to me, I think it was just fatigue. And that's what caused all this, us not be able to be firing at all cylinders, because they didn't really pose us a threat. Like I said, I have decided that from now on, I know any team we play, doesn't matter who the team is, they're going to get a chance. The great teams might score. A better finishing team might score. But guess what? Liverpool's going to score more. This time, we were lacking a little bit. Now, in terms of our play, it was beautiful. Thiago just bossed the whole midfield. Thiago, Fabinho, and Hendo. That midfield was just theirs. There was no challenge. Thiago had Traore, he was frustrating him. Every single time he gets the ball, he'll nip the ball away from before Traore gets, he's like a juggernaut. As soon as he builds speed, you can't stop him. Thiago had him. Fabinho had him. And of course, Big Verge also had him. All three of them were rotating and trying to frustrate him and holding him at bay, because they knew if you try, one person were to try, either they're going to get overrun or get a yellow card, unnecessary ones, which would have made it hard for us to defend it. So the match itself, I can't say anything bad about Liverpool. We played well. I would say we played above average, right? But our final third was below average. Basically, that's what happened in that match. They did well. They have fullbacks, kudos to them. With any other team, I would have supported that they would have won or come out with something, because those fullbacks played their heart out. And you see when you deal with Liverpool, what happens? You start to cramp up, and both of them were cramping. However, they were also using the dark arts of football, delaying tactics. It was working for them until Divock came in. You see what I'm saying? And Divock, it's the player that he's one of those guys you can't understand him. Only people who understand him are people who see him day to day in training, because we as fans, we only see him at game time, whether he play or not, or even he's on the team list. But in training, from what we hear, is sometimes he's frustrated and sometimes he's like, that's the dude. He is a cool, calm, collected, nonchalant, nothing really bugs him. Club trusts him. So we also have to give him that same trust, because he has done it over and over and over again. This is not just a one-thing off. This is Divock. He is a cult hero. This is what he does. The most clutch player in the EPL. I would say the clutch player in the EPL history. Definitely Liverpool history. But how we played, I mean, we had everything controlled. I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried that they were going to score. I knew they were going to create some chances. I knew Traore was going to cause some problem. And also Jimenez is also a good striker who, when he gets that chance, especially when he gets a header, he could put in the net. But when we have Matip, Virgil, and Alisson in the back, I'm not worried. Never, not worried one bit. It's just that we were not scoring. It felt like it was going to be one of those days where we did everything and still cannot put the back on them, especially knowing what happened with Chelsea and West Ham, you know? But anyway, guys, this is just a little chit chat on what happened. I mean, I can't even tell you what to say, except we played above average. Our final third was below average, and Divock just happened. I mean, let me give you my ratings on our guys. Alisson, I'll give him a 10. I'm still on the Henok rating scale. He saved everything, clean sheet. We got to give him a 10. Trent, 8. Trent was running that right side. It seems like he was even a right winger at one point. Klopp was changing the tactics. He was not playing 4-3-3. It looked like 4-3-3, but eventually it became 4-2-3-1. At one point, it became 4-2-4, you know. Matip, I'll give him a 7, dominant. Nothing was bugging him that much. VVD, of course, I mean, 8. I give him an 8. Stopped every run, stopped everything that was going to cause a problem. There was only one point where he miscalculated, he misjudged his position, so they had to run. Robo, 7. Thiago, I mean, he's my man of the match, because Thiago was just bossing that midfield, playing passes, defending. Now, people who were calling him that he was a flop, this is Thiago. This is why we waited all those summer to get him, all right? Hendo, 7, you know, my captain, doing what a captain does, making sure that everybody was focused. Salah, this is one of the games where Salah, he was trying, he was even playing defense, but it wasn't there. I feel like he was just a little bit fatigued, especially what he did with Everton on Wednesday. Jota, I don't know whether it got to him because that's his former team. He has played them before, and I believe this is the first time he plays them with the fans. So I could feel like the emotion was pretty high, but Jota normally is very, very cool, calm, and net. This is not the Jota. I think he was just overexcited. He wanted to calm the crowd down. He wanted to show them who you guys thought Neto is better than me, but guess what? So I gave him a 6 just for that miss. Mane 7. Mane was also, it looked like he was quiet, but Mane was working his tail off. That is the thing that people don't understand. Mane is not all about goals. When Mane is working his tail off, it looked like he could be disappearing, but pay attention when Liverpool play, because it's not all about the goals. And then, of course, we had, I think Milner came on for Salah during the end. And of course, Jota came in for a handoff. That's when Klopp changed the system to 4-2-4, So I'm going to give Divock a 10. I'm going to use the same scale as Alisson. He was a striker. We brought him to score a goal, and guess what he did? He scored a goal to win. To me, that's a 10. Challenge me, add me. Guys, share, subscribe, like. But that's Liverpool. Anyway, on Tuesday, by the time we come back with LFC vibes, we will review the AC Milan match. I hope Klopp makes a lot of sense, because that match is not needed. We already qualified. Win if we get it. If not, hey, whatever, AC Milan need it more than we do, so they're going to come really hard on us. We don't need any injuries at all. Moving forward, we heard that Keita will be back next week, so I'm hoping he will replace Thiago and get some game time, get him ready for the festivities games that are coming up. But anyway, let's look at what happened over the weekend. What won? All right. As Chelsea, West Ham in London, in the London Stadium, West Ham put the foot on them, by having Chelsea drop points. They beat them 3-2. Bakayoko's goal, I mean, where did that come from? Oh my goodness. That was, I don't know whether that was a cross or he was shooting, but he caught Mendy off. Chelsea, you guys are starting to look like the pressure is getting to you guys. Yeah, this is when, I've been telling you guys, Liverpool and City are the only teams that could deal with this type of pressure. And Chelsea, it seems like the pressure is getting to them a little bit. They still have a great team. They are deep. So we shall see. Newcastle got their first win. Southampton and Brighton, drew 1-1. Of course, Liverpool beat Wolves. Man City, hey, we were on top for like a couple minutes. City put a tamper on Watford. Yeah, everybody now all of a sudden, Silva, is the best player in the world. Wow. Leeds and Brentford 2-2, last minute goal by Bamford. Man U, Ragnick's era has begun. They score a goal. Fred put in that beautiful chip into the far corner. Spurs 3-0 on Norwich. What's going on with Norwich, man? Spurs are slowly and quietly doing their business. People, pay attention. Stephen G, Aston Villa, put in on Brendan Rodgers, Leicester. What's going on? Leicester's not the same team of last year. And then coming tomorrow, we got Everton and Arsenal. Please, Everton, shut these guys up. But let's talk about Man U a little bit. Yeah, Ragnick. But Man U fans, now you guys have realized how hard it is to play like Liverpool or City consistently every single game. Your guys, this match, pressed for 25 minutes, and they were very good. It seems like they had Crystal Palace on check or whatever, but Crystal Palace was able to withstand the pressure, and then they were causing a little bit of problem. The problem is Crystal Palace is their passes was non-existent. Any better team would have scored 3 or 4 goals on Man U, because Man U press was was scattered. They were wide open on the wings. You play any team that is on form or good, they're going to score way more goals. By the time you realize what's going on, it'll be 3-4-0 in the first half. But 25 minutes, Man U play well. Ronaldo has never played like this. No one has seen Ronaldo pressing like this. You got to give him his kudos for that 25 minutes. Man U fans, you guys going to realize how it is. No, enjoy it. But this is hard. The new wave of football is not counter-pressing or whatever. It's just that guys cannot just sit there and think that I'm just going to sit and just do this beautiful low passes. No, everybody from the goalie to the final guy on the bench has a job to do. And you guys haven't played like that in a long time. That's since the Fergie way back in the day years. Now the football goes in full circle. Now let's see which of your superstars is going to survive this type of system. Ronaldo showed that he could, but I don't think he can play like this every single match. Ragnar, this is ganga press. So enjoy it while it lasts, but welcome to the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Share, subscribe, like. We'll be back on Tuesday with LFC vibes. I'm going to see if I could get some LFC guys so we could have a chit chat. You know, it's time for us to talk about Liverpool. Anyway, guys, share, subscribe, like, notification bell, keep the subs up. Appreciate you guys. Quincy Bold, Archie, Biz, just be Divock.